Fighter. Lightning inspired. Fight.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Gamer Section Podcast. I am Kano, the brutally honest gamer.
Yeah, and it's your man Tech Dish, aka Gene from Caps Off Gaming.
Yo, I never asked this.
Doing
What,
the
what?
thing.
I never asked this. Like, what made you come up with the name of Caps Off Gaming?
Oh, because when I was saving up for my house here in Boston, my financial advisor, she told me that like I had to stop going out because I used to go out like almost like Thursday to almost Sunday and
Hmm.
everything. And what happened was she was like, "Oh, you play games?" I'm like, yeah, I play video game stuff. So you need to find a game to kind of keep you in the house and only go out one day out of the weekend and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I ended up going, and then I was working at GameStop at the time, but then I went in on like my day off to like buy a game, and then the Fallout 3 came out, and they were talking then the guy was talking, he was like, yeah, like you like shooters, like yeah, I like shooters and stuff. And
Hmm.
um like you're gonna like Fallout, and I was like, what is this? He was like, yo, trust me, you're gonna like it. So I played it for like a little bit, I didn't like it, and then I stopped. And then one evening, I think it was like a Friday evening, I was supposed to go out, and then plans got canceled, and then I started playing it again, and I was like hooked. So I attribute there's a video on my channel
Hmm.
talking about how Fallout 3 helped me like buy my house because I was so addicted playing the game. Like I would find reasons not to go out to play the game and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, Fallout 3. And then like the currency in the game are bottle caps. So caps off. I just put them together. And
Facts,
that
facts.
was that. Yeah, yo.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah,
So,
man.
so before we dive into everything else, though, man, if
Mhm.
y'all haven't got y'all latest in W Energy, my fault. Go ahead and go hit up W Energy. They got the best tasting energy drinks and energy flavor. We know the flavors of the energy drinks and stuff like that. The link will be in the
Mhm.
description with the tag Gamer Section 10 where you can get stuff 10% off and stuff like that. So y'all definitely go ahead hit up W Energy drinks for all the products and stuff like that. But other
Mhm.
than that, though, what you have been playing for the week, though, Tech?
So we already know what we've been playing. Like everyone, like we all know what
Yo.
we've been playing, right? Like we all
Mm-hmm.
know what we've been playing. Or like you know, so RE9 Requiem's out, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing that. It's been crazy. Yeah, but before that, before playing RE9, I streamed what you call prototype 2 on the last day of Black History Month because I was Saturday.
Yeah.
So I used prototype 2 because The main protagonist is a person of color,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good representation of it. Well, it's a funny representation of it, almost stereotypical, kind of a little
Mm-hmm.
bit with some of the dialogue, but yeah, it's still a really dope game and everything. And then High on Life streamed
Mm-hmm.
that on Wednesday on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and that game doesn't disappoint, yo. I mean, the level I finished up, it literally reminded me of Mario 64. Like that was the throwback on it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was dope. That was dope. So yeah,
Now
I mean,
you
I
still in the
haven't
Mario?
had.
You still in that? I said you still in that area. You just said you just finished up that area. So I'm like, I thought you was like still waiting, like past all that, but
Nah,
you still got a little ways to go in that game.
yeah, but slow and steady. All right, it's like, yo, Kano, have you not been playing RE9?
Oh, I've been playing Requiem heavy. You feel me? I'm already like over halfway done with the game. I've been
Yeah.
taking my good old school time with the game, but I've been playing that like crazy. I love the game. I consider that one of the game of the year contenders. But we still,
Mhm.
I can't say it's a full fledged game of the year winner because we still got a lot of games to play this year. But it's
Yeah.
up there for game of the year contender. And I also been playing a lot of Neo 3, which a review's coming for that this week.
Mhm.
Neo 3 has been a phenomenal game too. I look at that as one of the game of the year contenders as well. You
Mhm.
dig? And Echoes of the End is another game I have been playing. Been
Mhm.
playing a lot of fighting games. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like Tekken 8. Been
Second
playing
eight.
Fatal Fury. Uh,
Oh, Marketable
playing
Gold. Yup.
yeah, I've been
Mhm.
playing that Street Fighter 6, all types of games. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing a lot. You know what I'm saying? But Resident Evil Requiem, been playing that heavy. Already beat High on Life 2, if y'all may know. And what y'all see on the screen, Towerborne, I actually been playing that too. Towerborne is a really solid game, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk about that a smidget. You know, just a smidget of it right quick. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I'll talk
Yeah.
about
I
it.
saw a little bit about that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what people didn't know about Towerborne was a free to play game in the beginning. You
Mhm.
did, and they did have microtransactions in the beginning, but
Mhm.
as the full 1.0 release actually came out, it wasn't no. It turned out to be like this. You could play offline. It's not free to
Mhm.
play. They took the microtransactions out,
Mhm.
and it's actually a solid game. You could play this on couch co-op. You could play this on online co-op. So,
Mhm.
so it's actually a good game. It kind of reminds me of a mixture of a beat 'em up on the streets of rage level, but also it
Yeah.
kind of remind me of Legend of Mana. If everybody not familiar with Legend of Mana, you can play it on Game Pass right now, but it's kind of like from the classic PlayStation One games back in the day, from
Oh, okay.
it used
Yeah.
to be called Square Enix. Well, back in the day it was called SquareSoft. People don't forget
Right.
it was SquareSoft. Go do
Mhm.
your homework on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it hit different. But
Mhm.
but what I'm
Square
trying,
soft, man. Yeah, man.
yeah.
That's around my age right there.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just say this, man. Towerborn is actually a phenomenal game, and it's made by Xbox Game Studio, so it's a first party title. But
Yep.
it's also on PlayStation and PC. You could definitely go pick it up and play it. But I do recommend Towerborn. It's actually a pretty good game. It does really have strong remnants of Legend of Mana. It is a beat 'em up game.
Mhm.
It's actually a phenomenal game. It's better when you kind of play with people. I recommend not playing it with random. Play with your friends online. It's actually funner that way.
Okay.
You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, like I saw it as, yeah, it looks like a beat 'em up brawler.
mhm.
Is it like a roguelike or something like that? Or is it just,
Nah,
no,
nah.
it's just about, yeah, because there's a lot of options and stuff like that that you can use to like enhance your fighter and everything like that in the game. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I might check it out. If it's on Steam and demo, like I'll play it. It's just like, yeah,
If you got Game Pass, you can play it on Xbox if you got Game Pass.
okay, so
Um,
I can check it out on that too, because I do
yeah,
have Game Pass. Yep.
yeah. And then not only that, I've been playing this game called Carmageddon,
Mm-hmm.
um, Rogue Shift. I think that's what's called. I got to do a
Yeah.
review on that game, but that game reminds me. It's a racing game, but it has like a twisted metal feel to it. You feel me? Where you
Yeah,
just get
it's a car
ammo. And,
combat. Car
yeah, I
combat.
actually like that. You know, it's not easy though, and it has roguelike elements to it, which
Yeah.
I'm tired of roguelike games. I really am. But what I'm saying to you, I'm being honest, they got too many roguelike games. It's like this generation is 80% roguelike. you got to switch it up nowadays, man. Golly. But
Um,
anywho, though, like Carmageddon is actually a good game. It's a car combat game. You feel me? You could play it on easy, play it on normal, whatever with the woo. But you start off with your one car, then you start upgrading that car, and you get more cars. And these races is like crazy. You have to really be mindful of what type of race you do because it does get harder. It gets challenging. You did. So
mhm,
that review is coming soon to you. So y'all stay tuned for that. But I also got another game that I'm playing right now that I
mhm.
cannot say because I'm under the NDA rule.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to come out this coming week. So y'all gonna
Mhm.
see a review for that. But I can't say what it is, but I've been enjoying it. All I'm gonna say, all only thing I can say is just expect that it has some challenging elements to it. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Okay.
but it's a
Okay.
pretty solid game. I'm like already like quarter of the way done with it. You feel me? So
All right. All right. Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So
All right.
anywho, let's go ahead and dive straight into the nitty gritty, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about Bluepoint games again. We talked about it last week, and we was having a conversation, but we had technical difficulties. We ain't gonna
Mhm.
say what happened, but it was technical difficulties. But we good to go. Tech, are you good?
Yeah, because my internet went out and I had no control about that. So that's the
Exactly.
technical difficulties.
All right.
I can control that.
Yeah, it's
you
it's
know?
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah,
me?
yo.
It's all good. But let's go ahead and talk about this dude here. Let's go ahead and talk about Blue Point Games, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
Blue Point Games is in a predicament right now, right? Of them getting
Mhm,
shut down. I think they already been shut down now, but either that or early March they get officially shut down. But they pitched a lot of games to Sony, and one game actually, um, it went through, but From Software said no, and that was to a Bloodborne remake, which I thought that was a good idea, but From Software said no, and I was like, that's questionable. But they pitched out a new Jack and Dexter remake. Sony said no. You
mhm,
feel me?
mhm,
They pitched a new Resistance game. Said no.
mhm,
A Killzone. Said no. And in my mind, I'm like, people want those type of games to make a return because personally, for me, I
mhm,
want a new Jack and Dexter game. I want a remake. That would have been fire. They would have combined Jack and Dexter 1 through 3 into one big game. That would have been
mhm,
fire. You heard me? Then
mhm.
Resistance, we haven't had a Resistance game since the PlayStation 3 days. You feel
Yeah,
me? And
yeah.
then and then not only that, you feel me? Bloodborne, people been asking for a Bloodborne 60 frames per second. And you know, it's not that one wasn't on Sony, it was more so on From Software. And I think that was a bad move on From Software. Because if they would have did that, that would have did well for Sony. But the other games I'm disappointed in Sony about because it's all about live service. And not only that, the reason why that God of War live service game was canceled was based off the fact that they wasn't
Mhm,
making any progress for that. And I
mhm.
believe, and honestly, the whole fault is on Sony. And I must state why before I know Tech got a lot to say, but when you look at, I know Tech got some stuff.
One, I
To
don't
say.
want. I mean, I don't. Mine's pretty simple, but keep going. Like, all right, go ahead.
It's cool, it's cool. But what I'm saying though is that at the end of the day, man, like Sony made bad decisions when it comes to their studios because if you look at it, Bluepoint Games is not a multiplayer type of studio. They like to make single player games.
Hmm.
You dig?
Yeah.
And a lot of these games that Sony have, like a lot of these studios that Sony has, is majority of them are single player studios. They're not
Hmm.
equipped to make multiplayer games. You feel
Hmm.
me?
Hmm.
Like okay, Bluepoint Games,
Hmm.
they have a great track record of making remakes like Shadow of the Colossus. If people are not familiar with that, go do your homework. It hit different. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Colossus, Ico.
Yeah.
Ico's ill dog. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was fired up the PS3 the other day, and I was like going through like Resistance, and I remember, and I was looking at my collection like, oh snap, I got this combo pack with
Mm-hmm.
Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and everything. But I
Mm-hmm.
think you're saying it like you're answering your own question already, Kano, because like again, it's like single player games only make so much amount of money versus live service games. All right. And then that's what it is. It's a business right now. Like it's not like if Bluepoint can't update themselves, like they're not. And and then From Software said like no to them, like on the Bloodborne remake or
Mm-hmm.
anything like. Why do you think From Software said that? Because they already have wind from Sony already saying like, look, like we're not going back to those games like that. Like I think they had like, some inside information, and that's why it's like that. That's
Hmm.
the only thing that makes sense with it because at the like there's a we did a Dead Space remake, all right, and that was fire, all right. Who's like, and then like right now, Souls like games are the thing. Like they're like how many how many games that came out in the past like 3 or 4 years that are like soul like games or anything like that. They came out, and then to bring it back to Bloodborne, and then on top of that, they can add more things like they do, add more trials or whatever, like they did with Elden Ring and everything like that. That would have been a win-win. But Sony was done with Bluepoint. Period. That's why. Just
Nah,
done with them.
I feel like it's more to it than that.
It's
To be honest
done
with
with
you,
that.
no, no
I think
I,
it's Arkham's Razor, man. The simplest explanation might is the is usually the right one. All right, that's you know what I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Like you know,
nah,
but we can agree to disagree. That's cool.
I feel you on that, but I feel
Mhm,
like it's more to it than that.
mhm.
On a live service spot. Okay, if you look at it like this, do you remember when Jim Ryan was taking over like Sony and what he was doing,
I
right?
don't know Jim Ryan, who is Jim Ryan is, so I'm gonna be totally honest.
You know who Jim Ryan is?
Yeah, I
Oh
do
my
not know who
goodness.
Jim
All
Ryan
right,
is. So you can explain if you want to explain that
all right,
briefly. But I
all
know
right.
that we have got finite time to
Mhm.
go through this, so I don't want to I don't want to belabor the point or anything. You know what
All
I
right, all
mean?
right. All right, let me briefly explain about Jim Ryan. All right,
Yeah.
before then there was Sean Layton. Sean Layton, he lit a lot of different type of genres of gaming, like first person shooters, the
Hmm.
whole nine, hack and slash, adventure games, narrative driven. He did all that, right? So once Jim Ryan actually took over, he basically is known for the marketing side of things, right? So when he took over, him and Herman Hoyce had came up with the idea of making more live service games because at the time live service games is was high, and it's more so during the pandemic. You know, when the pandemic was going on,
Hmm.
everybody was playing
Well,
more Fortnite and Apex Legends and stuff like that,
right,
and it
right.
was making a lot of money. So
Hmm.
we've been out of that pandemic phase, and people want to play more games outside of live service. If you notice well how live service is been more on a decline than on a rise, if you think about it. Like, let
Yeah.
me ask you this: when the last time you hear people heard well actually heard people talk about Fortnite and Apex Legends?
Not really. Like you have like your core like influencers or like YouTubers that still play it, but that's not something. I mean, like they kind of inundated you. If you like watching YouTube, like it'll pop up and stuff like that.
Yeah, from time
But
to
that,
time.
yeah, but it's not Apex Legends, Fortnite,
Yeah,
specifically Fortnite.
yeah,
But
Fortnite, Apex
yeah, but
Legends. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, but Apex Legends, you don't barely hear anything about that. This guy Texas T, that I
Hmm.
know him, like Texas T, like he's a streamer out like in Texas, obviously. He talks about that game all the time, but that's like the only person I know that talks about
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
Hmm.
But back to what I'm saying though.
Hmm.
When Jim Ryan took over, his idea was he seen that live service games was popular at the time, so he wanted to make a lot of live service games.
Hmm.
And then when they did the PlayStation Showcase about 2023, it had got a tons of negative reaction because a lot of games that they showed was live service games. And Sony is known for their single player games, for like from PS2 to PS3 days.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So Jim Ryan and Hammer Hoist want to make more live service games. They show games like Fair Games, Concord.
Hmm.
They supposed to have a Spider-Man multiplayer game that got canceled. God of War live service games that got canceled. Looks like Fair Games that might be getting canceled. Concord only lasted 2 weeks and they shut that down. And it looks like Marathon that's not doing good. We're gonna talk about Marathon a little later, but because I played the Slam server game. But
Hmm.
right now Herman Hoyes took over and Jim Ryan he basically resigned because he had a lot of heat on him. So what's going on right now is you hear about Bluepoint games and stuff like that. So when it comes to like the service element, they still want to push that live service, on people. But live service games have been more on a decline, and people are playing more like I said, Souls like games, roguelike games, still playing first person shooters, stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what Sony needs to go do is go back to what made them great when it comes to the PS3 and somewhat of the PlayStation 4, and go back to what they know, single player games. Because a lot of them studios that they have right now, they're not equipped to make live service games. That's what I'm saying. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That yeah, and then what Sony might do is like if you can't cut it, like you're gone.
hmm And I
That's
felt
it.
and I
That's
felt like
it.
that was a bad move. They shouldn't have cut Bluepoint, man, because Bluepoint they're
No, they
known to make
shouldn't
games.
have. But they just want about the bread. That's all they're about, this live service bread. And if you
Yeah,
can't,
that,
they can't. If you
mhm.
can't do it, you're gone. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that would just yeah, and I agree that, but that was just a bad move on Sony's part. But that's why
Yeah,
everybody's calling for Herman Hoist's job. Do I
yeah.
think they should cut Herman Hoist's job? I don't know. I can't predict the future. You feel me? I don't know what's going to happen with Herman Hoist. I don't know what their plans are for the future of Sony and PlayStation and all that other stuff. But they gotta do better in their decision makings on what type of games that they will make for the future. Because if y'all know the PlayStation 6, that's not going to come out until probably 2029, 2030. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, as far as exclusivity or what type of first party games that's coming out from Sony, who knows? Because only games we know that's coming out even this year alone is the Wolverine game, which I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
That Sonos game that's basically Returnal 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And you have what's the other game that they? Oh yeah, God of War: Sons of Sparta came out and it panned basically. It was people saying it was trash.
Son is yeah. That's something that no one wanted.
Yeah, pretty much.
No one wanted that game, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
It's just like I don't know. Sony gotta really get it together with their games, man. Like Ghost of Yote was a pretty cool game. It wasn't better than Tsushima to me, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
it was decent. Then it's like what other games is coming out single player wise that's going to be worthwhile outside of what we're getting this year? Because if you want to put out fair games, that's not going to do well. And then you got Marathon that's supposed to come out actually next week. I mean, actually no, this week. My fault. And I don't know. I don't have any good things to say about that Marathon game for me.
So,
No.
like, we're like topics wise, like we're bouncing around. Can we like marathon, right? So I looked at I didn't download the game. I did not because I was getting RE9. I got RE9. I have high on life too. Trying to trying to beat games, yo. Okay, not just trying to play everything, but the
Yeah.
marathon with the server slam and everything like that. Like it was basically they were using it that like this weekend was to test the servers to see how much it can handle, like stuff like that, fix bugs and everything like that. So I know that there was like a lot of like I just pulled this up. Yeah. Yep, there was like times where the game would just end abruptly, like cut off and stuff like that because they were trying to fix something like on the back end and everything.
Oh, we
Like
heard this.
what was your experience with that? Like because I didn't again like I was like I'm not downloading that. I gotta concentrate. I gotta try to beat games, yo. So how was your experience with Marathon?
I just say like this here.
Yeah.
What's the word? What's the right words I'm gonna say without trying to, forget I'm controversial. I say what I want to say anyway.
Yeah.
Uh, the game marathon to me, it's not gonna last a month.
It's not gonna last a month. Why you say that? What were you feeling when you were playing?
When I heard, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll just say it like this here. I'm gonna give my concrete explanation when it comes to marathon.
Hmm.
For me, playing marathon, and I'm gonna just put it in this perspective.
Hmm.
Gameplay wise, it plays just like Destiny 2. You don't really feel the difference within the game,
Okay.
right? When
Yep.
it comes to, you could tell it won't have a story mode, and you could tell it will be bare bones in modes in that game.
Okay.
And what I've gotten out of it, like graphically, it's a beautiful looking game. Graphically, it looks nice. All right.
Hmm.
When it
Hmm.
comes to what you can get out of, I'm trying to put it where I don't cause havoc, but I got to cause havoc within what I'm about to say.
Kind of cause havoc. No, you don't have to.
I'm trying not to, but you know, I'm trying not to, but I'm the brutally honest gamer, so I got to tell the truth anyway. So me playing it and playing it with other people, you could tell there's going to be a lot of cheaters within that game for sure. A lot of camping going on for sure. You could tell it doesn't have a single player campaign at all. You could tell it have bare bones of modes. You can just see that Sony pretty much wasted their money in buying Bungie because we're not, as far as gamers that's concerned, or playing Marathon, we're not going to get our money's worth when it comes to buying the game at $40. And I could tell this game probably will go out like Concord, based off the fact that uh and the same thing with High Guard. It's going to go out like them because it's bare bones of anything. You're not going to have fun in the long run, and you pretty much seeing it's a genetic type of shooter. It's pretty much like everything else that you've been playing for this past generation. You won't get the fun factor out of it. You won't get the wow. Excuse me. You won't get the wow factor out of it. You're not going to get anything that's going to blow your mind out of that game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty lackluster and stuff like that. Like it's not, and for $40 and everything. I don't know, but it look like in terms of the server slam, like what they called it and everything. I think that's a cool idea. That have they
That
been
idea
doing
was
that?
bull crap.
Huh?
That idea was bull crap.
How is it bull crap? Like to test the servers, see the bugginess and stuff before they put it
The
out.
se- the thing about it is when I played it, I didn't find like no issues
Oh,
when it comes
okay.
to I didn't find issues. My
Okay.
issue was that the whole environments of the game, it was just basically dead in the water. It's just like you don't feel the environments feeling lively or nothing like that. You just feel the dullness and deadness of the environments. You feel like when it comes to the gameplay, you feel it's the same thing, and then when you actually become unalive in the game, you
Mhm.
basically they kind of like kick you out of the match in a sense. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you got to re-queue back up into the match.
Exactly, and
Oh, that's
it's
not good. Well, that might be. Wow,
uh, I,
that's a
nah,
deal breaker.
nah, that's not good.
That's big, yo.
That's not good at all. And
Yo, you get kicked
no,
fully out of the match, and you got to re-queue back up. No, that's not good. That's
that's
not
what I'm
good at
saying.
all.
That's what I'm saying though. And when you look at marathon, the longevity of it, I don't see it lasting a long time. I think it's probably also going to go out like that game called Crossout.
Oh, it's not Crossfire.
Yeah, Crossfire X. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Crossfire.
I'm sorry. I said Crossout.
No,
Crossfire X.
you're good, man. The only reason why I remember the name is because Crossfire was a game back in like the 80s, like a board game. And
Hmm.
then you had like the two guns on each side, and then you would be able to shoot ball bearings like in this area space. You had to kick these. That's the only reason why I remember it. But then on top of that, that it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and if y'all remember Crossfire X, that was released on the Series X and all that. That game was bare bones. But
Yeah.
but
But
what
yeah,
what?
if
No, go
it's
ahead. Go
looking
ahead.
like that, that's terrible. Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not. It's not a good thing. That's why I say I know us as the gamer section, we're going to end up reviewing the game.
Hmm.
But from my standpoint on it, if I had to rate it right now, I'd probably give that like a 1 out of 5. Man, that play test that they have, this server slam, it's
Yeah.
not good. There's nothing good about it. Only thing good about it is the graphics, and other than that, it's just not a good game. And I've always been saying this when it comes to games: a game can look very beautiful graphically, but if it plays like trash and got a terrible story, it's garbage. And I will give you another example of a game that I played last year, and that's a game called Eternal Evils. I'm
Hmm.
thinking it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be on the levels of Resident Evil Village and all that, right? Playing in first person, and you're killing different insects and zombies and all this other stuff. And the game is a broken mess. You feel me?
It's the name kind of suggests that it would be.
Bro, I played some terrible games like that game and
That name,
Ebola.
say the name again one more time. What's the name of it?
Eternal Evils.
That is terrible. It's a
Yeah,
terrible name. It's like Eternal Evils. It's like
yeah,
something they put in Chat GBT and spit it out.
yeah.
Like that's bad, yo.
Yeah, you'll tell you what's so bad about the game too. All right, picture how when you beat the game, right, and you see on the cutscenes it says text image.
Yeah, that's terrible, yo. So much.
That's bad. So
Oh
yeah,
my
I don't
god.
recommend that game. That game is a definitely negative 5 out of 5. Negative 5 out of 5. And
Yeah.
Ebola Village is another one that's trying to be like a Resident Evil. And that game's
Oh
terrible.
my gosh, I saw that like on don't even
That game is terrible.
Yo, what's up, man? Let's move to a different topic. Like Sarah Bond. Let's talk about
Hold
that.
on, hold on, hold on. We got to get back to fair games right quick. We got to get back to fair games.
Yeah, I looked it up and it said fair games like they're not being canceled. They're just their games just being delayed in this 2026. So
Honestly, though, bro, I feel like that game was going to be next to be canceled because if you look at it right now, what's going on with Haven Studios? You ever heard this one by the name of Jay Raymond?
of course not. Never heard of that.
Oh my god, you gotta do your
Okay.
homework, bro. All
Not
right,
even
so
homework. Like I didn't know I had to look that up. That's all I'm
all right,
saying.
all right. Look. Jay Raymond, right? She basically, I call her the queen of finessing game as far as game development.
Hmm.
So if y'all don't know, she's known to do stuff like with Uncharted and a lot of classic games from back in the day. Well, she left one of the studios. I forgot the name of the studio, and she ended up joining Sony to create a studio, the Haven Studio, to do that game. So Bungie went over to help to mediate the situation with Fair Games, and then with a lot of private playtesting, it turned out to be a bad assessment when it comes to Fair Games. And what she did was she left the studio, and she took the money with the leaving the studio. So, and she did that to numerous studios in the past because she's the queen of finessing.
Hmm.
You dig? So fair games, it may not seem like it's going to be canceled, and it's saying something about delay, but I believe within the rest of like sometime this year is going to end up getting canceled too, because we haven't seen anything since 2023 about fair games, and when we had got that trailer, and
Hmm.
people when people seen the trailer to the game, people wasn't happy about fair games from the jump because it's a live service games, because nobody's asking for live service games. People want single player experience, like I said earlier with Bluepoint.
Hmm.
Now when you look at fair games, from what I'm seeing, it's trying to be like a heist game. If you familiar with Payday 3 and 2 and all that, right?
Hmm.
They're trying to make it more of a heist game, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't think fair games should release. If they put some single player elements to it, like Gears of War or something like that, it'd be cool. But if you're just making it live service elements, nada, no sirski, not a good look. You hear me?
Hmm.
So that's just how I feel. But anywho, what's the next topic, man?
Sarah Bond.
Sarah Bond.
Yeah.
Sarah Bond.
So so
Let's speak on it.
Sarah Bond, was the former CEO, what you call it, Microsoft Games. We was talking about was it a big was it? Let me go back to your list because I have my notes. Um, like we said, yeah. So Sarah Bonds, we talked about that. Why she's in trouble with Microsoft. The biggest thing is people are thinking about that she is just a scapegoat for what was Spencer was doing to the company ahead of time. So um, I say like the biggest fail for Sarah Bonds was just the whole "This is Xbox"
Hmm.
campaign, because if you're working at Xbox and you're working in the hardware department and she's saying like this is Xbox, she's showing like multiple devices that your department may not be working on, or they're like with a third party and stuff like that, kind
Hmm.
of feels slighted. So I think that was the biggest problem, like that this is Xbox, and then like trying to abandon the whole hardware part, because Xbox, the hardware is the center, and then you got the games that are built around that. You know what I mean? Um, but then yeah, like she inherited like a mess from Phil Spencer. That's why what it was. So I think like yeah, that campaign sucked, but then like she was just trying to make something out of nothing for the most part and everything. And I'm feeling the new person now, Asha, Asha, Sean, Asha. I'm gonna say this the first name. I don't want to mispronounce her last name. uh, I think she's going back to the hardware and just being more focused on that for Xbox, even though you can play Xbox like pass on PC and everything like that. But just remembering like that's where the roots of Xbox was. So that's important. And then also with Asha, she's really pushing the whole thing of like not using AI to create like more human created content or created products versus having AI like crap stuff out and then us consume it and everything. I think that's a
Mhm.
really good idea and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to that transition. But yeah, Sarah Bond, besides that whole this is Xbox thing, I think she got thrown under the bus along with like what Phil Spencer was doing before he was out before he left and everything like that. So yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about that? I know you presented the topic. So
Okay. So,
okay. Oh, he's just like it was okay.
all right, I'm gonna just say it like this when it comes to
Yeah.
Sarah Bonds.
Hmm.
I feel 50-50 about it. I feel
Yeah.
like there's somewhat of her being a scapegoat of what happened
Mhm.
with Xbox, of this is an Xbox. I don't
Yeah.
feel like it's really her 100%. I feel like more so it was the higher ups at Microsoft that really pushed that narrative of trying to make games more into a multi-platform approach because they want
Yeah.
to return that investment on the Activision Blizzard King deal, that
Hmm.
$70 billion deal.
Hmm.
And they still trying to recruit the funds on it, but I don't really think you're going to recruit the funds like that as far as putting games on a multi-platform approach. Because when it comes to PlayStation, they don't really buy the games on that level like that. If you look at what
Hmm.
happened with Gears of War Reloaded being on PlayStation, it didn't sell well. You
Nah,
feel me?
because
Uh,
it's not a PlayStation game.
it's
Like
not.
you know, yeah, it's not a PlayStation game. Like it
Mm,
came out on Xbox, and it's like that's why we can have up to Gears of War 5 because like you have a steady following, and that following is on Xbox. All of a sudden, you want to throw Gears of War Reloaded with some extra scenes and stuff like that on PlayStation 5, and you think that's gonna work? That's not gonna work. That's
you,
not gonna
you,
work.
you know what's funny about that
That's
though?
why Killzone is still on PlayStation.
No, but
Still.
but you know what's
Yeah.
funny about that though with Gears of War, and people don't know this. With
Mhm.
Gears of War Reloaded, they basically took the extra scenes that they got it from. They got it from the PC version. If y'all remember back in the day when
Mhm.
Cliffy B was presenting on the Windows 10 version of Gears of War, they added the scenes that wasn't in the game that they put on the PC version when they did the Ultimate Edition and then Reloaded. They put it into one big game that we're playing as we know of today, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But when it comes to um them putting it on PlayStation, it wasn't going to sell well, and it didn't sell well. And then y'all putting Combat Evolved on PlayStation, knowing everybody know it's not going to sell well on PlayStation. So that was a bad move. So with but they looked at Sarah Bonds as the scapegoat. I think she played a part of what's going on with Xbox as of what happened, but I don't think
Mhm.
she's fully the person that really done that. And I got a video explaining that more so
Mhm.
on my Honest Gamer channel when I drop later this week about that.
Yeah.
So when I look at, I say Phil Spencer played a part in that. I feel Sarah Bonds had her hand in it too. Matt B, I don't think he had any parts on that. He had a say on that. But it's really mainly, and people don't really say this, it's the higher ups that really strongly played the part on what went wrong with Xbox this generation. And putting everything on of the monologue of this is an Xbox on laptop, this is an Xbox on the mobile, this is an Xbox on PlayStation. No, that wasn't the way to go. And like I said, Sarah Bonds, they was basically grooming her to be the successor to Phil Spencer. You feel me? And it didn't pan out to be because of some of the mistakes on all parties that played. Now the new chick, what's the new woman name? I forgot her name. What's the new woman name?
There's Asha. I don't want to pronounce her last name. It's
But
like
Asha. Okay.
yeah,
We
first
just
name's Asha though. Yeah, I don't want
what's
to pronounce the last name wrong. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so Asha, I'll say that.
Yeah.
She's saying all the right things, but I'm a strong believer of actions speak louder than words.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting to really see what's the next step in the next year or two, what's to come with Xbox. Because I always say with the Series X and S, I feel like when it comes to those consoles, I feel like they haven't maximized the machine we haven't seen the full potential of the Series X and the Series S when it comes to the first party titles on the platforms.
Mhm.
So I'm playing the wait and see approach. She said that they was going to do more like exclusives, like looking into more exclusivity, bringing it back to the Xbox, because I always say this: exclusive games help sell a console, and
Yeah,
that's
they
what
always do.
exactly.
Yeah, they
And
always do. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and when you see what her her name Asha, whatever her name
Asha.
is,
Yeah, Asha.
what when you see what she's actually going to do in the future, she's saying all the right things. Like read the interviews and seen what was going on. She's saying all the right things, but I got to see it in action. Her and Matt B, I got to see it in action. With Phil
Mhm.
Spencer, like I'm not taking nothing away from what Phil Spencer done when he took over Xbox in 2014, 2015.
Mhm.
He did a lot of the right stuff, bring backwards compatibility, enhance on with the Xbox One, took away Connect, which we didn't need Connect. You feel me? But
Mhm.
we have to see a lot more when it comes down to the nitty gritty of what is to come in the future. Do we need another Xbox right now? No. I wish they would delay it like the PlayStation 5, I mean the PlayStation 6 to like 2030 so they can really utilize the machine, because you got to think about it too. The pandemic, the Xbox Series X and S and PS5 was released in 2020 during the pandemic, and we had a hard time trying to get the console, and we had a hard time trying to get games back then. The newer games then. We're just now starting to get new games now. So like, why would you want to put out a new console next year? That's a bad move.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
just my personal opinion. You feel me? But
Yeah. No, it
that's,
makes sense. No, it makes sense. Makes
so
sense.
that's all I really gotta say. But
Mhm.
let's talk about Team Asobi's next game, right? So everybody knows that when it comes to Astrobot, it was a major hitter for the PS5, and now they're already starting to work on a new game. So I want to ask you, like, what type of game do you want them to make for the next type of game, like next game,
They should make another Astrobot.
and why?
Yeah, because I seen gameplay of it. I haven't played it, but it looks really cool. The nostalgia is real,
Hmm.
so they can I rather they can just do another one, and then they could just stuff it with more nostalgia.
Hmm.
I think like that'd be great, because you can even look at like games like Sackboy and stuff like that. Little Big Planet with Sackboy and everything. They did a couple of different versions of them. They were great and
Hmm.
everything. So yeah, just do another. If it's broke, don't fix it. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just do that, yo. So I would like that. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, yo.
facts, facts.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't say Astrobot a sequel. I would say something new, like a new IP or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say more so like a new IP, because we definitely need a new IP, is because you don't want to make the same games over and over again. You want to kind of take a break from the IP and actually, create something new. You dig what I'm saying?
How many Astrobots games are there?
Oh well, let's go all the way back to the PlayStation 4. They already
Yeah.
had something with an Astro type of bot game.
With the
That
eye
came,
camera? With the eye camera?
yeah, with the playroom thing. You
I
feel what I'm
don't count. I
saying?
don't count. I don't count that.
I
That's
actually
a
do.
tech demo. I don't count that.
I still count it,
I'm
but
not counting that.
I'm going to
I'm
count it.
not counting that. I'm
I,
not.
I am. But when you look at the PlayStation 5, they had that other Astro game that came out. It came with the PlayStation 5 when you bought the game.
What was that?
Astro's what is it, Astro's Playroom?
Was that Astro's Playroom, and that's another iCam game?
No, it's not an iCam game at all.
Okay.
It's a game, but it shows what the capability of the PS5 controller is. But it's a
Mhm.
game. You get trophies and it has an ending with
Oh,
it.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah,
kind of like with the Steam Deck, the aperture game on the Steam Deck, where you're controlling the bots. It's just showing you the functionality of the controller. I think that's a tech demo too.
nah,
Because
if it got a story behind it, it's a game.
yeah,
That's the way I look at it. If it got a story behind it, it's a game. It may be a tech demo, but it's also a game at the same time.
but then the Astro Bot one was more extensive. The
It's,
latest one, right?
yeah, it's more extensive, but it's still a game. Like you
Yeah.
say, it's a tech demo, but to me, I feel like it's more of a game regardless. Because if you got trophies, if it got a story behind it, it's still a game.
Okay, we can respectfully disagree. That's cool.
We'll put up a poll. I'll put up a poll on Twitter, and we're gonna get some answers. You feel me? 'Cause
Oh,
I'm gonna put up a
damn,
poll.
man. We can't respectfully disagree.
No, no. We put up a poll.
We can respectfully disagree. I'm respectfully disagreeing. You could do the poll if you want. Like, I'm cool.
I'm telling you, everybody gonna agree with me. That's a game,
Yeah.
regardless. It's a tech demo, but it's also a game because they also got a story. But anywho, but either way
Yeah.
though, personally for me with that next Team of Soviet game, I really want to see it in a new IP format. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be, have something different, a variety. Sometimes you do need a break from the franchise that you already have. Like okay, if you look at like God of War, for example, right? We have God of War, the 2018 edition. Then you have Ragnarok, and now the next game is. And this is a side note. They're working on something completely that's in the God of War realm, but not exactly God of War. Like if you look at Team Asobi, they're working on something new. We don't know if it's another Astrobot game or we don't know if it's something else. We don't know. But I want just something different. You don't want to create the same thing over and over again where it will become more stellar than Assassin's Creed. So that's just my personal opinion on it. So
I like all the different Ratchet and Clanks. Those are really good. Those are really good.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah, that it.
Yeah,
But
those were really good. And then they just all they did was introduce new guns, and then new storyline. But it was still Ratchet and Clank. I
yeah,
don't know
but
about the Clank game by itself though. That's a little bit iffy for me. But
not Clank it was mid. It was
yeah, it
mid.
was mid. But
It was
all the
mid.
Ratchet and Clank games were good. I'm just saying like having a conversation.
Nah, it's all good. It's cool, bro. It's cool. This is what the podcast is about. We're having a conversation, man.
Having a conversation, yo. All
Man,
right,
that
all right. All right.
hold
Next,
on. Let me ask you this question though. I got a
good.
question about you. Okay. All right. If you had to pick between Jack and Dexter or Ratchet and Clank, what you think was better?
I like Ratchet and Clank because of the guns.
Wow, you too.
Because of the guns. The guns were great, dog. What? I would
Oh
be
man.
dying like the guns, yo. The sheepinator, dog.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It's hilarious. But I can tell you this: I liked Jack and Dax. I like Jack's combat racing. I like that game a lot.
Jack, you talking Jack's comment? That game was. Never mind.
Yeah, you're gonna say it's booty, but I like what I like. Okay, don't have to
Hey,
like
I'm
what
not
you like.
judging you. I said I'm not judging you, bro. You like the game. I thought
I don't have to, yo. Okay, respectfully disagree.
okay. That
Dude, yo, man. Hey, man, this is what happens with just two people on. Okay.
hey, like I said though, this is a conversation. This is what the podcast is about. We ain't gotta agree
Okay.
on everything. That's
We
what it's
go
about.
to the next topic. We go
Oh,
to the next topic
hold
because I
up,
don't want
hold up,
to
hold up,
make
hold
it.
up, hold up,
Oh,
hold up. We gotta talk about Resident Evil Requiem. We gotta talk about it right, man. We haven't talked about
Requiem. Okay.
talk
All
about it
right.
right.
Requiem.
Let's
All
do it
right.
right. All right, what is it that you like and didn't like about Requiem so far?
I don't know if there's anything I don't really um, like, wow. Let me just start with that first, because there's barely anything that I didn't like. I didn't like. Um, I don't. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like, I'm at a part where I gotta replay it again because I was recording like my first impressions and stuff like that, and then my
Yeah.
computer crapped out, and I had to do maintenance and blah whatever. Okay,
Hmm.
but going back playing, well, with that first playthrough, one of the things I can say is that, um, like there's a Leon gives you, like, I don't want to say too much, but there's Leon passes you a weapon, and the weapon's amazing. Like, this weapon's amazing. Okay,
Oh, you talking about that revolver type of weapon?
yo, yeah, I was just trying to keep the mystique, man.
Man, it don't matter, bro. People been playing it, bro. You can spoil a
Yo,
little bit,
right?
man.
Yeah, he gives you the revolver, right? But like, I don't know if it's because of what I did previously when I was playing with him, and then like I was using it, and I literally emptied the joint out. Like, I was having too much fun with it. Like, I ended up when he ended up handing it to her, like, she only has one round in the joint, and I was
Yeah,
like, what? Like
Yeah,
one round, yeah. And like I don't know, because I'm not steamrolling it like you're doing
I'm not
through the game.
steamrolling it at all. I'm not steamrolling it at all.
Like it's steamroll.
I'm not doing it at all. I'm enjoying every bit of everything. I'm
But
collecting everything in the game.
I'm playing. But like I don't know if I missed something, but like I'm like, damn, like I only got one round with this thing, and
Mm,
I need to use this thing. Like
mm,
I really do. But like I'm like one round and everything. So that's the only thing that. But what's great about it, I think this is the biggest thing that I really like about the game,
mm,
is that you have Grace and you have Leon, right?
mm,
And they are both because like one plays different than the other, so the
mm,
pace of the game changes and
mm,
everything like that. And I love that contrast and everything,
mm,
because when you play with Grace, like you feel mad vulnerable, but then when you play with Leon, even that you play with Leon, like you feel empowered. Especially the fact that like Leon's prepared because he's an old man. Like
yeah.
he's an old man, grizzled by all his experiences, right? So like you can see that through his preparedness, even when the stuff's jumping off and everything like that.
Mm,
So yeah, like, and the game is scary. Like there's legitimate times that I was jumping. Like I was jumping. I was like, yo, what the F? Like, yo, it was crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, yo, definitely contender for game of the year. Whatever else is coming out, God knows. But damn, like, and I wasn't gonna get it. Like,
wait,
yo,
what?
Kano, I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait.
Wow.
I was gonna wait. I was
Mm,
gonna wait. But then my fiance Didi, she was like I was telling her about the game because I was playing Village, like to
mm,
kind of satiate myself from like not getting it and
mm.
everything like that. And then she was like, "Yeah, like I heard about the game. Like you're not getting it." I was like, "Nah, I didn't reserve it. I probably can't get it." And then like the morning of before I left for work, she was like, "Are you sure you're not gonna get it?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't."
Well, technical difficulties again. So we will be right back after these messages.
Choose your fighter. Lightning inspired. Fight.
All right, y'all. We back. We had a little small technical difficulty, so we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
my bad.
about
On my side. Yeah, my
yeah.
fault.
It's all good.
Um,
So finish what you were saying about Requiem on your end.
yeah, so it's just a really brilliantly paced game. With the two with the contrast between those two characters. It's definitely scary. There's plenty of times I was jumping and like saying what the F and everything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, like really good, like really good, really good. Like I, yeah, I haven't felt like that since maybe even the original Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like that tension and everything like that, So and let's truly talk about like one of the things they say is like there's like over 100 different types of zombies and stuff, and for the most part like I've been seeing like different versions of them, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even got to the point where like there's the ones that like I heard there's crimson heads that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
So like after you clear like boards, like some of those zombies come back to life, and then like the extra aggressive ones and everything like that. There's the also the ones with from Resident Evil 4 that sprout the tendrils and everything. Like there's a bunch of those and everything like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like playing through it and everything, But yeah, man, like it gotta be that's definitely like one of the top contenders for game of the year. Like perfect, And like and again, like I was saying earlier before I got cut off, is like I didn't reserve it. I just called during my
Yeah.
break and then it was there. And I was like, all right, cool. So I mean how you feeling about the game, man?
Uh.
Like what do you don't like about it? Matter of fact.
All right. There's one little thing I have to say that really kind of they got like a little small bug in the game that
Hmm.
I came across. This is when you're playing as a Leon. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say where. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Yeah.
when you
Please
have the
don't.
weapon. You know what? Just for you saying that though, bro, I'm gonna spoil High on Life right now on air. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right,
spoil.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna close up my ears and you can keep me talking to the air.
Okay, well then, all right. So at the end of High on Life 2, this has happened and that happened and this what
Yeah,
happened and
yeah,
that what
that's great,
happened.
man.
Yeah,
You see this guy's just wasting oxygen, wasting oxygen, and I
yeah,
can't
this
hear
dude.
nothing until he
Okay,
waved to me and let me know that he's not saying anything about the game.
okay. So back to what I was saying about Requiem. Anyways,
Okay.
oh, so on High on Life 2 is then when this happened and that
And
happened.
then there we go back again. All right, there you go.
Nah,
You're
all right.
ruining that game for me, dog. Okay.
Nah, man. I'm gonna just say briefly, High on Life 2, it's a good game. All I'm just saying is just be prepared to what's to come on High on Life 2. But anyways, wait, when it comes to Requiem, right? So I'm playing as
Yeah.
Leon right now because I'm in the second half of the game, right?
The second half of the
So
game. Okay.
yes, I'm in the second half of the
So
game.
you already left the care center? Have you already
Yeah,
left the care?
yeah, I already
Oh
did all
wow,
that,
man. Yeah,
but
see?
no, but
See?
no, but the thing about it is though, being in that care center is a long. You've been there for a long time, so that's a long process with it.
That's a long process to go through. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you gotta find all those you gotta find those three prisms and everything like that.
and
Like
they
that
not
thing
and they're not easy to find because
they're not
you
easy
go
to
through.
find. Yeah, they they,
Yeah.
they show you the first one real quick. You're like, oh yeah, like nah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you. So, but anyways, I'm on the second half of it,
Yeah.
playing as Leon, and I got more weapons and stuff like that, right? But
Mhm.
there's an animation in the game. Like, let's say if you get a machine gun, right? For example,
Yeah.
the the strap that you put on the machine gun or like on a sniper, it's like the animation is looked all messed up to the point where it looked like you don't using it like a slingshot. You feel me? Where they got a like patch on that spot.
What do you mean, like the harness that what kind of harness is it? Is it a 2 point, 3 point harness?
It's
Like
like it's like I think like a 3 point harness. It's like okay, you know how you when you carry like a
oh
machine
two
gun and you have to carry like this. Like you know how you have a chain and you carry
yeah,
like
so
this.
you have 2 point harnesses. You have one that's like midway up the barrel, and then you have another one that's either like towards the arm. I mean not towards the arm,
That's
towards your grip, or sometimes they have it back in the stock. And then
no,
there's 3 point.
it's
Yeah,
towards the back of the stock. So
back of the stock.
okay, so
Yeah.
the thing about it is though, it don't supposed to like the strap part of it. It don't supposed to look like it's all the way back, and it look like it's stuck onto the ground. You
Yeah.
feel me? So that's an animation that they're gonna have to actually patch. But
Okay.
other than that, though, the rest of the game is actually pretty good. Like
Okay.
some of the fights that I actually endured, which I'm not spoiling, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? It really like it was very intriguing and it was very fun.
Okay.
Even before we did this podcast, I was on Resident Evil Requiem. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
I gotta restart mine. Damn
nah,
it.
but this dude. But what I'm saying to you is when it comes to Requiem is up there for game of the year. We still got a tons of games to play this year alone. We just in March, but we got a lot of games to play this year. But Requiem is up there for game of the year for real, for real. A contender, my fault. But
Yeah.
when it comes to like the storytelling between like Grace and when it comes to Leon, okay,
Mhm.
I'll do some comparison real quick. If you look at Grace, is the story behind it and the grittiness behind it is more on the levels of Resident Evil 2. When you look at Leon, it's more so on the levels of Resident Evil 4 when you play as
Yeah,
Leon.
because that's because it's action. That's
Yeah,
why. Resident Evil 4 was about action. I mean, there's puzzles, but it was about the action. That's why that. But then I
but
can see how Resident
mhm,
Evil 2,
mhm,
because Grace is more slow paced, and then the Resident Evil 2, the original and even the remake, it was more slow, and it was
mhm,
about like yeah, and then you were in Resident Evil 2, the remake and the original, like it was more truly survival horror, like some slim supplies, like overwhelming odds,
mhm,
everything like that. So that's a good comparison. That's a good
mhm.
comparison. Yeah.
And then, but though we also with Leon, you do get a smidgen of Resident Evil 6 of the action side too, because it has some of the elements of Resident Evil 6 with the action of Leon. I'll put it
Yeah.
in that percent. I'll put it in that perspective, even though Resident Evil 6 was a trash game. But
Yeah, I never played it. I mean, I
uh,
have it for the PS3. I
you
think
don't
I
want to play
copped
it.
it. I
You don't.
copped it for like yeah, I copped it just to have it in the PS3 collection. But
Hmm.
everyone says that like it's terrible. Like
It
it's like an
it
action
is.
movie for the most part. That's what it plays like.
It is. There is no good story factor within Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, it's like a fast action movie or something like
Yeah,
that, like a summer blockbuster
yeah,
type of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
But Requiem is fun. Graphically, it's impressive. The storytelling is phenomenal.
and it's
Gameplay
scary,
wise,
and
yeah.
it's
I'm not gonna lie. Like, all right, let me ask this: how many
scary.
times did you jump? Did you go through a jump scare?
Oh, I jumped it. Yeah, like right, like simple stuff, like the wire, like when you go into the hotel for the first time, the wire falling from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
That made me jump. And then
Mm-hmm.
like when the first time you see the big eyed girl
Mm-hmm.
that's in the hallway, and also she just what just around the corner. Like
Mm-hmm.
no, she's like around the corner, dog. Like oh my gosh, the first time I saw Chunk. Like I was not expecting that. The
Mm-hmm.
big fat baby thing that
Yeah.
in the hallway, and then like you got like the butcher guy that's chopping meat up in the dot. Like it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
And like and when it's you know what this is? Yo, when it's dark, it's you don't want to go into the dark. Remember
No,
before you got
the flashlight.
the no, not the flashlight.
Oh, the
You
lighter.
had
The lighter.
the lighter.
Yeah.
But you didn't have the lighter at first, and you were
No,
like,
no.
"What? Dark? Like I'm literally like, that's dark over there. I'm not going there. It's too dark over
Facts, facts. I'm
there."
telling you, I've been through quite a few jump scares in that game, and
Yeah,
usually when it comes to horror games, I don't have no jump scares. But that game right there, that it made me like kind of like, oh my god, like a few times in that moment. You feel me? 'Cause I'm over here like,
yeah.
man, what's going to happen next, man? I'm getting, whoo, what's going to happen next? You feel
That
me?
was
After,
scary.
yeah, but
Yeah.
playing as Leon, you don't get no jump scare at all. You feel me? You just know
Nah,
what to
it's all
do.
about the action, yo. It's
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah,
About
yeah.
that action, yo.
Uh-huh. See, like I like from where you at right now, you more so still in the beginning of the game. Where I'm at is I'm like at the second half of the game. And like in the beginning of it, I'll keep it real. I'm not trying to spoil it, but you're gonna be in that area that you're gonna be there for a long time.
Yeah, I'm planning on just playing it like all tonight. Like all tonight. Like before because I can probably play to like about 10 and then I gotta get ready for work in the morning. So So
Nah,
I'm about to
facts.
do that. Yeah, I'm about to do that. But I watched the a beginner like a beginner's tips, like 10 beginners tips, and there was
On
some things that
IGN.
yeah, no, this was IGN. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
IGN.
IGN.
No, it was Gamer Ranks. Gamer Ranks.
Okay,
I
shout
don't
out to
I
Game
don't
Ranks. Shout out to Game Ranks.
Gamer Ranks. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I was looking at that this morning. So
Hmm.
just like me, it's a godsend that nothing recorded and stuff, so I get to play it through
Yeah.
again. And I'm like, yeah, like even like remember the part where like you're in the parlor and you have like the antique coins and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like I needed to get I should have did another. I did extra health because that's what I normally do
Hmm.
in any game. Like I always go for extra health, like because I don't want to die fast.
No,
Like
you did it right. You did it right because
I thought, yeah,
you did it right.
they were saying I should go and get the the thing that extracts the blood from the buckets and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. They were saying go get the extender for that because you need to make stimulants like like the hema thing that helps pop the zombies because blood pop them and everything like that. Like you should get that so you'll be able to make more of those syringes and stuff versus the
No,
health because yeah. So
no,
I you'll I like extra health. That's me.
no.
But
I feel that, but like you did it right. You got the health first. That's what you're supposed to do. But
yeah,
you end up getting more of them coins later while you in there. So
yeah.
you that getting that what you just said, getting that, that you can get that. That's like the second thing you can get right off the rip because you need about like what, 6 coins
You
to
need
get that.
6 points for the extra blood extractor thingy.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah, yeah.
need
You
that.
need, yeah. You just
And
need
then
6 of them.
4 coins for the 4 coins for more health.
Exactly. So you doing everything right, man, because you're gonna find way more coins in there. So that's not gonna be an issue.
Yeah,
You
so
feel
I
me?
just need to probably look around more
Mm-hmm,
and then get the coins and everything. I may
only
not start
no
another
good.
game.
No, only thing I can say is, man, just be careful with your ammo. That's the only thing I can say. In the beginning, be careful with your ammo with grace because it get a little tricky in certain spots.
Thought you don't get ammo with grace, barely, like barely, and then like you gotta craft it if anything. Like it's
Exactly.
mad hard to ammo, and then and she doesn't. She's not a good shot.
No, you probably got to fix your settings where you could fix your shot up a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what I had to do because like the aiming to me, it felt kind of off, and I had to fix some things on in the options menu.
nah, she's just a
Now my aiming is
terrible.
good.
She's just a terrible shot, man. She shakes
Yeah.
for some
No,
reason.
but
Yeah,
not in the beginning, but later on, she becomes cool.
it's
It's just
better.
it's kind of like, okay, you remember the Tomb Raider reboot? I don't know if you played the Tomb Raider reboot, right?
Yeah, I played
And,
it.
and you know how scary Laura Croft was in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, and then she
She
got
is,
better about the game.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's how
I
Grace
mean,
is.
like that. Grace will get like that. Okay,
Yeah,
makes
she
sense.
gets better.
Yeah,
But
so in the beginning of the game, she's shaky, and then like
yeah,
towards the middle
yeah,
and the end, she gets a
yeah.
little bit steadier.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All right.
saying, man. That like I said, Resident Evil Requiem, man, that game is a phenomenal game. It's just that I had that minor bug that I said earlier, but
Mhm.
I like I said, I still give it a 5 out of 5, and that's going to be up there for Game of the Year. Now, let's say we watch the Video Game Awards at the end of the year, and if that's not up there as Game of the Year contender, I would be pleasantly shocked and not pleasantly, but I would be extremely shocked and surprised that it wouldn't be up there. That would be
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll be confused. That's what
Yeah,
I'll just be confused. I'm like, what? Like
yeah,
that's something that I don't even know what else could come out like that. Like the
hmm,
Wolverine game. That's the only thing I can really think about. But I think that's a different. That's just not the same genre of game. So you can't really compare the two like that. Like I don't know, but
yeah. But everybody know that Grand Theft Auto 6 gonna win Game of the Year. It's obvious. The writing's on the wall for that game. So.
yeah, I'm not getting that release date. I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, everyone's saying I'm crazy, but I'm not. I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait
uh,
because this game took so long to come out and
mhm.
everything like that. And then regardless of the fact, dog, that game comes out and releases whenever, dog, that's the game's gonna be buggy as all hell. Watch.
And we shall
Still,
see. But us at the gamer section, we're gonna make sure we try to get the review codes for the game, so we ain't got to come out of pocket. But we'll see. But
yeah, man.
let's continue on with the show. Let's go ahead and talk about Nacon. And if people are not familiar with Nacon, they known to make a lot of products when it comes to like gaming technology products with controllers and headphones and all this other stuff. And they're also known to make or actually publish video games. If y'all not familiar with games like RoboCop, um,
Yes.
Test Drive, uh,
Terminator Resistance.
yeah, Terminator Resistance, just to name a few. Oh, and
Yeah.
that werewolf fighting, not fighting game, but action adventure game, that too. But anywho, right now, you're not familiar. They are kind of going through a little financial trouble, and they filed like an injunction or something like that. And I feel like they're gonna bounce back, man. That's just a little minor bump in the road. I feel like they're gonna bounce back because they do got some great products. They do got great games over there that they actually publish. So I don't really see anything substantial that's gonna make it say like they kind of gonna fall under the surface. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, they said they were going into it was called insolvency
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's
everything.
over.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not bankruptcy, because with bankruptcy you have to like liquidate your assets to pay off all your debts and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. But with insolvency, it's just kind of they're just saying they can't make up their debts up to date,
Mm-hmm.
but then what'll happen is that they're gonna go through some restructuring. So,
Yeah.
the restructure things. Um, they may be layoffs, but the restructuring is to prevent layoffs and everything like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what will happen with that. But yeah, like I mean that Nacon, like, I remember Nacon from like really specifically from RoboCop,
Mm-hmm.
because the Rogue City and even the standalone
Unfinished
unfinished business
business. Yeah.
was amazing. And I'm a child of the 80s, so RoboCop is like my jam.
Oh,
Okay,
I
like,
got a question. When you play Unfinished Business, how was it to you when you played it?
oh, it was good, but Rogue City was better. it was it was just better. Like
Mm-hmm.
because it involves also like city of Detroit and everything like that. When
Mm-hmm.
but what unfinished business is almost like you're just in one tower. Like you could swap RoboCop and put Judge Dredd in and just make it like a Judge Dredd game if you wanted to. You know what I
True,
mean?
true.
Yeah, like I think it probably been done better if it was a Judge Dredd game and everything like that. It didn't do bad, but I
Mm-mm.
think if it was a Judge Dredd game, it would be a lot better because it would kind of make sense with the environment that RoboCop's going in and everything like that. But yeah, they should be, you're right, they should be okay. I mean, they're not bankrupt, so that would be much worse, because then
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much the end of your business at that. Well, it can be the end of your business and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Yeah,
go nowhere. They're not gonna go nowhere because they
got
already announced it.
peripherals. Yeah, they got the peripherals too. So
Exactly, and then they not only that, they just announced the Nacon Connect where they're gonna showcase new upcoming games. Actually, it's this week, matter of fact. So
okay, so then that even says it right there.
exactly.
That
So I don't personally know, and I know Tex is the same way. We don't personally see anything that's gonna be like
hmm,
them going down under. They're gonna be straight. They're just minor bump in the road, but they're gonna get better because they got new
yeah,
products they're working on, new games that's coming out. So I don't see nothing wrong.
yeah,
You
yeah,
did.
yeah.
So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna talk about
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Ubisoft. So,
Yeah.
go ahead, take it away with Ubisoft. Tech.
Yeah, so for the most part, what I saw about the Ubisoft stuff is that they're making changes, like in terms of restructuring. They're doing this thing like five houses of like creative houses and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like each house is supposed to was supposed to concentrate on like a specific like branding and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, that sounds that sounds good in light of like you heard of the Prince of Persia remake or remaster that they canceled that. To Sands of Time, they canceled that.
That was a tragedy. Tragedy.
Yeah, they changed that. There's a bunch of other games that they canceled. Another thing that they're doing in terms of restructuring is that they're getting off the COVID policy, like being like partial days working at home. They want everybody in Monday to Friday. So it helped with like collaboration, which makes sense because like it's different when you're talking through people through email or even like through
Mm,
the computer, like through like a Zoom meeting or whatever.
yeah.
But actually like being around them and like talking and like collaborating,
Hmm.
like what they used to do back in the day before all this technology was available,
Hmm.
is a lot better than is a really good move and everything like that, So
Hmm.
hopefully they do well. I think I like the idea of the creative houses. Maybe they have one that's just focused on live service versus trying to spread it across everybody in the company and everything like that. So I think that's a good move. I think
Mm,
that's a good move.
okay.
Hmm.
Uh, I say it's cool, but it's like you got kind of got to take everything with a grain of salt and just a wait and see approach. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm playing the wait and
Hmm.
see approach because of how they restructured in a lot of games that got canceled. Right now, they milking the heck out of Assassin's Creed. You dig? So
Yeah.
that's right there. That's
Wait, let me
already.
ask you. Let me
Oh,
ask you a question.
go
You
ahead,
don't
go
have to. You don't have to. You don't have to be. Sorry, I just got a text. Um. All right. Cool. Um. Do you what do you thought about Shadows?
One of the best Assassin's Creed that I played in a long time.
Okay. All right.
Why you
All
ask
right.
that?
No, I just wanted to hear your opinion. That's
Oh,
it.
did you play Shadows?
Yeah, I have Shadows. Yeah, I got the big collector's edition, like the $250 joint. I got
Okay,
that.
what you think about it?
It's amazing. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, it's
Did I
one of the
beat it? Did I beat it? No. But will I come back to it? Yes, absolutely. I love it.
yeah.
And I love
I
the
beat it.
fact, yeah, I love the fact of how like accurate it is in terms of ancient Japan and
Yeah.
everything like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
really, really on point. So I really like that. So
I,
yeah.
I
But
could tell
they
you.
do milk but I only bring it up. I brought it up. I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
because
Go
you
ahead.
talked about milking Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah, they've been milking it, yo. So I'm kind of glad like they're kind of spreading things out so that we can see a lot more different games because Ubisoft was good at one point. You know what I mean? And I think they still can be. It's just like with the whole thing with the inappropriate work conduct stuff that happened like a year or two ago, and then like just like the whole like which the whole industry is doing is like trying to like live service microtransactions, blah blah blah, like the gamers like us and like everybody else, we resoundingly said like stop it, like we don't want that, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So now you're finally listening to the people that you're giving, you're making these products for, versus thinking about with the higher ups and what their bottom line is supposed to look like and everything
Hmm.
like that. So yeah.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
Mhm,
For me, of them, the way that they're structuring it, again, where I
mhm,
was saying about Assassin's Creed, they be milking the heck out of Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that's facts. They be milking it because
mhm,
they already working on Black Flag remaking. They're working on the code name Hexium one. That's which I'm actually intrigued by with that one. Because there's a lot of acrobatic stuff that's supposed to be within that when it comes to the fighting style. So I'm kind
yeah.
of intrigued by that. But when it comes to like how they're trying to structure stuff, they want to put live servers. I'm like, oh, here they go. They're still trying to follow a trend, not creating their own. But when it comes to games like Far Cry, that's cool because we haven't seen a Far Cry game since 2021, and they're already talking about going back to its roots with Ghost Recon. Cool. When it comes to Beyond Good and Evil 2, when will it release? Come on now. You dig? So
Yeah, that's just a technical mess right now. Like, I don't even know what the hell's going on with that. Man, they showed that trailer back in the day, man. That
yeah.
trailer was fire, man. I was amped when I saw that. I
Oh
saw
yeah.
that trailer.
Oh yeah. And
So,
it was
hey,
dope.
man.
It was dope, but the problem with that is just that when will it release? We got the what 20th anniversary collection from the original one.
Mhm,
So I'm just playing a wait and see approach with it. Ubisoft just the way that they're structuring stuff and the way they're putting it together now, cool. But I want them to at least do something that's worthwhile, like bring back a Ubisoft Forward or show up at Summer Game Fest with something. You feel me? Matter of fact, side note, if ESA hears this, bring back E3. Forget the Summer Games Fest. That's all I gotta say about that. Because like I said, that was on my bucket list. I wanted to attend E3 and see all the gaming stuff, interview game devs, and do all that. Bring back E3. That's all I gotta say. But as far as like, like I said, when it comes to Ubisoft, hopefully they continue to try to make the right moves and try to create
Mhm.
other games outside what we've been getting from Ubisoft, because Ubisoft was one of them anchors of game developers and studios back on the PlayStation 2, original Xbox and GameCube days, and somewhat on the 360 PS3 in days, and PS4 and Xbox when it kind of like started dipping, and where we at right now with Ubisoft, they really dipped as of late. So
Mhm.
let's see what they're going to do in the next 5 to 10 years. If you know, if everything falls in place, whatever happens, happens. But we'll just see at this point, man. And I'm, I don't know, man. When it comes to Ubisoft, they've been making a lot of questionable decisions as of late. So hopefully they're taking the steps in the right direction.
Okay.
You dig? And Towerborne, we talked about Towerborne, so that's early in the show. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the last topic of the night, and we're gonna
Mhm.
talk more about Microsoft with Asha and Matt B
Yeah.
about what they're actually doing. So this is gonna be a big topic. We're gonna be talking about this for a while now. So let's go ahead and dive right in on what they're doing for Xbox right now, starting with you, Tech. We're gonna call him Tech, aka the technician. So you know, let them know like what in your perspective of like what is it that you want to see from Microsoft from this point forward, what they should be doing for the brand of Xbox.
I just say that just don't forget the hardware.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier, it's just don't forget the hardware because that's what got you where you're at. You didn't be Xbox wasn't an app or a service when it was first incepted back in the early 2000s. Like, it was not,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was a system, and then the service came after, was supported the system. So if you're gonna do, if you Xbox, if you're gonna, if anything that you need to know any otherwise, okay, speaking from somebody that's been playing, like I got my 360 back in 2006, okay, and I've been on Xbox ever since then. So that's 20 years now, like
Mm-hmm.
what I've been with Xbox. So with that, I was always like, it's always about the hardware, and then everything else support that. All right, Xbox still has the best live service, hands down. Okay, like they just have the best live service in terms of internet connectivity, everything like that. Because PlayStation started off with theirs for free, and then and tried to build off of that, and then started charging after that. Xbox always did that from the beginning up till now. So they had
Mm-hmm.
the money and then the resources to be able to build like a really strong network and everything. So because of that, you gotta have the hardware to be able to connect to that. So keep the, again, hardware focused. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hardware focused. All right. Do not forget about the hardware. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
want to. That's where I stand with that.
Yeah, facts, facts, facts.
Hmm.
For me, it's definitely the hardware, but I say also the exclusivity as far as like games is concerned.
Hmm.
Because in order for a console to sell, you need exclusives to back up the claim of you have a great platform of games, and this is the best place for gamers to actually play the games on. So I think they gotta do better as far as exclusivity. And Asha said that that on the memo is about the return of Xbox, and what she was saying in that memo was basically going back to its roots of what made Xbox great from the original Xbox days into the 360 days, and that starts with the
Yeah.
games, it starts with the hardware, it starts with the exclusivity, and that's what they need. But another key factor is they got to do a better job when it comes to marketing their products, because right now you got a Series X, you got a Series S, but they done a lousy job in marketing the product. And not only that, the messaging behind the product has been very lackluster and extremely mid to mix, because at one point you saying that this is an Xbox, which it basically means on cloud, on phones, and all that. That's interpreting that you don't need a console to play the Xbox on, and that's a bad look because that's going to make it harder for people to want to actually want. It's going to make it harder for themselves to for
That's
people to
what
want to
Sarah
buy the
Bond.
Xbox.
That's what Sarah Bonds was talking about the whole entire time. Like that whole
Yeah.
with that was that whole campaign. I'm glad that Asha kind of says return to Xbox to kind of like counteract what was said before.
Yeah, that was a
That,
bad look though. That was a bad
that,
look though.
that was
Totally though.
but not but what Asha's saying, like return to Xbox,
No,
like
that what she's saying was good, but what Sarah Bonds, what I was saying with that whole,
was bad. Yeah,
yeah, that was a bad
but
look.
Asha's saying to counteract what Sarah
Yeah,
Bond,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
like to kind of dead that narrative that was said before. That's smart. What
Hmm.
she's doing. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
100% true. My thing is also that to me also it's the marketing, because if you notice the marketing and stuff like that, okay, if you look on your television screen, if you got cable, right, and you see any like new game that comes out, you mostly see it coming from Nintendo and Sony, right? Like when it, especially like that upcoming Wolverine game, like Sony's going to market that to the core. You
Mhm,
dig? And when it
mhm,
comes to Microsoft, like like for me, my favorite team is the New Orleans Pelicans, right? And I'd be
mhm.
watching their games, and you know how they got commercial breaks and they show a lot of like games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't see hardly anything like upcoming game wise for Microsoft. Like if you look at Towerborne, Towerborne is marketable to be put on TV and other things, right?
Mhm,
If you look at a game like that's Sony's game that's coming out for a PlayStation that's coming out
mhm,
next month, and
mhm.
that's going to be marketed like crazy on TV and stuff like that. Microsoft has to really fix that marketing strategy of how they market their games, and Asha, she's good at doing that. So hopefully she makes a turnaround in that section. Now, when it comes to the game, like make a lot of their games exclusive. I always say this: when the games come out from Xbox Game Studios, let that be exclusive. If the games
Yeah.
coming up from Activision, Blizzard, King, and Bethesda, let those games be multi-platform if they
Yeah.
want to start making their money. You feel me?
True that. True that.
Because if you just putting even the Xbox game studio games a multi-platform, that's not a good look. That makes people not want to buy your Xbox game platform. But games like Call of Duty needs to be multi-platform. Games like Fallout needs to be multi-platform. Even the next Elder Scrolls game, it needs to be multi-platform. You
Yeah.
did?
You make the money that you need and stuff like that too.
That's what I'm saying. But when it
Yeah.
comes to Xbox Game Studios, like if you look at Avowed and the Outer Worlds 2, that should have remained exclusive to Xbox. Starfield should remain Starfield that needs to be multi-platform. That's what Bethesda that should be multi-platform. But like I say, Obsidian, that's Xbox Game Studios. Ninja Theory, Xbox Game Studios. Even Hellblade 2 should have been exclusive only to Xbox. And that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
people to understand.
Yeah, they're not trying to do that though. They're just not.
Yeah,
Nah, they're not, you know.
for
There's
right
the
now.
like Xbox for now, but like Xbox only, yeah, Xbox like, yeah, I don't know, man.
They messaging is really off right now. And the
Yeah,
reason why I say
I
that
mean,
is no, go ahead.
no, I just again returning to Xbox. Hopefully that's the rally call that'll bring bring those exclusive titles and everything like that. Because if it's return to Xbox, then the glory days. Then if there's a new Halo, well, it can't be a new Halo. Will there ever be a new Halo? Yo, I don't know.
All right. Let me tell
Yeah.
y'all. Let me tell y'all a true story. Right.
Mhm.
So when I was like 16 years
I
old,
gotta go soon too, man.
yeah,
Okay, just
we about to get off here anyway. Let me tell a quick
yeah.
story. Right.
Mhm.
So when I was 16, I was working at this grocery store. Right.
Mhm.
And it was a brief when I was working at this grocery store. The Halo 3 was coming out. Right. They
Mhm.
had to do a little beta testing because Crackdown had a DLC where you could download Halo 3 beta where you could play the multiplayer game.
Yeah,
Right.
that's with the first Crackdown. I remember that. Yeah, you could
Exactly.
play the bit. You played the bit. That's the only reason dudes bought that game.
Exactly.
It wasn't a bad game though.
It wasn't. It
Crackdown,
wasn't.
it wasn't a bad game.
It
But
wasn't.
you could play Halo 3 though, the
Mm-hmm.
multiplayer. Hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, one of my homeboys came into the store. It was like 9, 10 at night, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, you gonna play that Halo 3 beta, man? What's going on? You gonna play it?" I said, "Probably when I get off of work or whatever."
Yeah.
Then he was like, "Man," and this dude was loading up on Mountain Dew, loading up on Dorito chips and all that, because this dude was gonna play an all nighter um on Halo 3, the beta.
Man.
You
Oh
feel what I'm saying? So
man.
they and that brings back nostalgia because at the end of the day, man, that was the fun times with the 360 PS3 when it came down to the exclusivity of the games and the fun fact of gaming. You know what I'm saying? So
You see my head. You see my head.
yeah,
Right?
it's the nostalgia. So what I'm saying is, if I should say going back to the roots of Xbox and they do it like that, that's good for Xbox because you know what? It brings back the competitive nature between Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony because it feels like right now Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have been very relaxed. And we need that competitive nature and give gamers what they are looking for, and that's great games. Because if you look at Sony, Sony has got so relaxed to the point where they just put out anything thinking that everything's sweet. And same thing with Nintendo, with they Switch 2, with Nintendo Switch Pro.
Yeah.
So with the way that Xbox is going and way she's saying that, that's a great look. That's a beautiful thing because that will bring that competition, that competitive nature. That will give developers to create something outside of what they've been
The new
creating.
Fable, the new Fable cannot go on. It could be just. It has to be just Xbox.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it has to be just Xbox because I don't think the other Fables aren't on any other system. It's still on just Xbox, right?
Nah, like the reboot Fable, they said it was going on PlayStation 5. I honestly they might end up canceling it. I don't know. It depends on
No,
what's going
no, no.
on.
I'm talking about the not even the reboot. I'm talking about the previous
Oh, the first
Fable.
three? Nah, that not sound on
No,
PlayStation. Not on PlayStation at
no,
all.
they'll do strictly Xbox.
It's
Yeah,
strictly
they need to
Xbox.
do that. They need to just keep it right there,
Hmm.
and that's where it's at because, like, you'll get people buying the console just for Halo. I mean, just for Fable, because
Exactly.
Fable's is a really great game too. So
Not exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like Fable needs to stay on Xbox. You know, Wolfenstein 3 that's rumored to be in development now that needs to be multi-platform. But
yeah, I can go to that's definite,
yeah, but
definitely.
like any other game, like Clockworks Revolution, it needs to be exclusive to Xbox. The next what's the next game? The next Gears of War EA, it needs to be exclusive to Xbox. Even Forza Horizon 6 needs to be exclusive to Xbox because you don't hear Ghost of I say Ghost of Tsushima. What it was Gran Turismo. You don't hear that going to Xbox.
I'll never go to Xbox. That's
Exactly.
exclusive.
And then not only that, you hear Sony is making their games, taking the games off of PC exclusive. Why some of the exclusive games off of PC.
Yeah,
So
we talked about that right in the
yeah, we talked about
beginning.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So Microsoft need to make that change that's worthwhile to keep stuff exclusive to Xbox because exclusives help sell the console and marketing helps sell the console. That's just figurative facts, no fiction. So with that being said, if we ain't got no more nothing else to say, we're gonna go ahead and get into the outros, right?
Yeah,
So
yo.
for me, y'all can find me on all my social medias at Real KOK. I do talk to everybody. You can find the gamer section on everything at the gamer section. Subscribe to our channel at gamer section media or just youtube.com/gamer section on here. If y'all want some
Mhm.
get some energy drink, if y'all want energy drink, powder mix, anything, go to wenergy.com. Link will be in the description below. Y'all can go ahead and put in our coupon for gamer section 10. Y'all can get a 10% off on every product that y'all purchase. You dig what I'm saying? And yeah, man, gamer section interviews coming soon. And
Mhm.
y'all see Capsule Gaming, he will be at PAX East soon, and he will be interviewing game developers on the gamer section channel too. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. So
Yep.
that's all I gotta say. Oh, what you gotta say, Tech?
No, you can catch me on the channel, Caps Off Gaming, streaming on Wednesdays on Twitch, but then also streaming on Saturdays on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays will be evening like at 9 p.m. and then on Saturdays always 10 o'clock. Bring your bowl of cereal. Uh, New this week, I just released a rail just on some High on Life, and also I'll just be dropping my first impressions of RE9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Besides that, y'all, remember your success, your own, so celebrate that. Word up, and I'll catch you on the flip, y'all.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy, and we'll be back next week. And oh yeah, side note, Sinister couldn't be on the show this week, but he will be back next week. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. So y'all make
Yep,
sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell for when we drop videos. We out. Peace.
yep. Peace out, yo.
Choose your